Hi, I'm Kevin Kuchenbecker, Historic Preservation Officer for the City of Deadwood. And today we're doing a moment in Deadwood's history in the History and Information Center, which was the Fremont, Missouri, Elkhorn and Missouri Valley Railroad depot that was built in 1897. Of course, the railroad came into Deadwood on December 29th, 1890, as it came up through the southern hills and then also converged from the north. Later on, this depot was the Chicago and Northwestern Railroad. And then in 1952, City Hall burnt down, and this depot passenger travel wasn't as active. Our City Hall burnt down in 1952, and that's where Outlaw Square, which we dedicated last Friday, was located. And so in 1953, this became Deadwood City Hall, including the police and fire departments. All city government was operated out of here until 30 years ago when Deadwood legalized gaming. And we moved the City Hall offices over to the Fish and Hunter warehouse, where it is today, a building built in 1936. But what we have going on in here today is we have Job Corps doing some painting. We're doing a refreshment of the exhibits here that match the Deadwood Welcome Center, which was completed a few years ago and has tremendous visitorship. And this has continued to see visitorship. And with the new Outlaw Square being next to the Adams Museum, we felt it was time to update the exhibits here. So we hired Split Rock Studios out of Minneapolis, and we're doing a complete rehab of the interpretation and information here at the History and Information Center. Behind us is a diorama that Jack Anfinson of Leeds, South Dakota created, which is a snapshot in time of Deadwood in probably that June, July, August 1876. The canvas tents, the boomtown architecture, the mining is going on here. They'll actually have a soundtrack to go with it, so you can kind of see what Deadwood was before what we see today of our Victorian architecture. Especially with the HBO series going on, a lot of people come to town here and say, well, it doesn't look like what it does in HBO. Well, that burnt September 26, 1879. I've mentioned that fire many times. It is the Great Fire. We talk about it in our interpretation, but we really talk about it and show a lot more information at our local museums, at the Days of 76 Museum, the Adams Museum, and the historic Adams House. Mike Runge, our city archivist, is going through our archaeological collections and our archives, working with our museums and putting together additional information in the vitrines or the showcases in these displays. We use the same design guidelines that we have at the Welcome Center. And we're probably about 30 to 60 days from having this completed. The Chamber runs the History and Information Center here. And so we're giving them an upgrade of their digs here at the historic depot in historic Deadwood. So just wanted to give you an update. Next time you come to Deadwood or for our locals, please stop in and take a look at how your Historic Preservation Commission and Historic Preservation funds through gaming revenues are in action. Thank you, and that's a wrap.